Hey, welcome back, guys. This is part one of a two-part video. We will be posting the second video in just a couple of days, so I hope you stay with me. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey guys, welcome back to Dinner Made Easy with Dina, and I'm Dina. Today we're going to be making a mango salsa, and that is going to go over our baked chicken that we're going to have for dinner. And I'm also going to be making some cilantro lime rice. I'm going to show you how easy it is to pull that together and how delicious it is. People will be asking you for the recipe, trust me. So stay with me, we're going to get going on that right now. So our ingredients we're going to be using today are going to be mango, and we're going to either use one or two, and I haven't decided just yet. I will as soon as I get into it. We're going to use 2 limes and the zest from those limes. We're going to use a half of red onion. I've got some fresh cilantro. And listen, if you're one of the people who doesn't like cilantro or it doesn't taste right to you, you can use Italian flat leaf parsley instead, okay? I'm going to use a little bit of sea salt and some fresh garlic. We're going to chop a little bit of garlic up, probably about 2 garlic cloves. And I would say a jalapeno, but I don't have a jalapeno, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little sriracha instead. Either way, it comes out really delicious. So let's get going on that. I'm going to show you how easy it is to pull it together. Okay, so I do have a garbage bowl here, and I've got a peeler, and the first thing I'm going to do is peel this mango. And lots of different ways to peel mangoes or to slice mangoes, but I find this is a really good way to do the mango without chopping off all of the fruit. If I use a knife, I tend to cut too deep and I wind up wasting a lot of the fruit. And mangoes are delicious, so you don't want to do that. And they're also not the cheapest fruit out there, but they're absolutely one of the most delicious. And this is going to be so good in the salsa. Now, you can make this for 1 person, for 2 people, for 12 people. You just add more ingredients for how many you're going to do it for. I'm just going to make it big enough for 4 people. And you can use the small yellow mangoes, or you can use the larger mangoes. Now, what I did was I made sure that they had just slight give in them, because if they're super hard, they're not ripe enough yet. And you do want to have that nice sweet taste. So make sure you check that your mangoes have just a tiny bit of give to them before you start in with them, okay? Now, I'm not sure how people cut the mangoes, and I'm sure there's 100 different ways, and I just haven't found the easiest probably, but I'm going to show you how I do it. There we go. Now we got all the peel off. The next thing I'm going to do is move our little garbage bowl, and then I have a paring knife that I'm using. I'm just going to cut and see how close I am to being able to just like kind of like an avocado. Let's see if it works like that. I've tried it before and I couldn't get it to, no, it's not going to do it. So next step I do is I take the avocado, I just try to feel where the seed might be, and then I slice right in there. Excuse me. There we go. Now they do have a large seed, so it is kind of hard to know exactly where the seed lies. But don't worry, we're not going to waste it all. Just cut it however it comes off of there. If you guys have a tip on how to cut these better than me, please share it. I remember the first time I tried to cut a pineapple. Oh my goodness. I had no clue. Thankfully, someone showed me how to do it. And it's life-changing when you figure out how to cut the fruit so that you maximize how much fruit you actually get out of it. Okay. It's a little slippery. All right, so we're gonna go with that for now. So then I'm just taking the little slices and then I'm gonna slice those up into smaller slices. Kind of dicing them, a smaller dice, I'll show you. Like that. Because remember, it's a salsa that we're making, so you want to make sure that it's kind of got bite-sized pieces in there. Now you can add peach to this also, if you like to do that, if you have some fresh peaches, but be real careful. Peaches seem to be pretty green this time of year, and you really need that sweetness to it. Now this salsa is really, really good on your chicken or on your fish, but it's also good all by itself. So it just kind of freshens up whatever it is that you have on the table that you're serving, and it just adds such a nice tropical flavor. Okay. So that's how much we got. And I'd say that's about a cup out of one mango. And that's the large mangoes, okay? There's still a little bit on here. I'll try to get a little more off of it. And the juice, you know, it just kind of gets juicier the longer that it sits in the bowl. But the pit inside is really large, so you know, you don't want to cut into that and put that in your salsa, because then it's not going to be good to run into that. It's kind of woody. Okay. So now that we've got that part of it done, next thing we're going to do, we're going to get into the onion. And I think I'm going to leave it with this amount. Like I said, for 4 people, you're going to see how much we make with that. If you want to make more, by all means, go ahead and do 2 mangoes. So, and this is a large red onion. There we go. And that's about a cup of onion. I like to make sure I get all the onions in there. Okay, now, next we are going to go ahead with, like I said, if you can't eat the cilantro or you just don't care for it, go ahead and use some flat leaf parsley. That's Italian parsley. It'll still taste really good. It just won't have the cilantro taste to it. Okay, I take the big stems out. The small stems are fine because we're going to chop it up. But the big, thick stems, those got to go. There we go. Stems like that. That's too big. Stems like that, that's fine. Okay, I think we're pretty good there. So what I do to try to get these chopped really good is I take them and I try to bring them in and roll them up as tight as I can, and then start slicing, kind of a smaller slice, because we do want to have these smaller pieces in here. And I am using about, I think I'm going to use about 1/3 of a cup of chopped cilantro in here, because, well, we're cilantro fans, so we really enjoy the taste, so we don't have a problem eating a little extra cilantro in here. Okay, there it is, nicely chopped. I use my scraper here to get all of that off and right into our bowl. Okay. Now we're not going to forget about the garlic, because, you know, the recipe that I followed did not call for garlic, but I just can't imagine having it without the garlic in it. Just can't. So we're going to do it. And you can leave it out or you can keep it, whichever you like. If you're a garlic fan, go ahead and put it in there. It just enhances the flavor. It's really good. And then just smash that so we can get that peel off of there easy enough. And we're going to do the same thing with the garlic. We're going to mince it real small because you don't want to get a great big bite of garlic and be overwhelmed. I mean, you want that to be a little bit subtle, right? It's not a steak we're doing here. It's a salsa. Okay, that's a pretty big garlic clove, so I think we'll see how much we get out of this garlic clove because that's a lot. We probably got about maybe 2 tablespoons worth of garlic out of this guy. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, that's good. Now, I don't know if you guys know this little trick, but once you're done cutting your garlic and you get everything all cleaned up from it, go wash your hands in the kitchen sink with your dish soap, whichever kind of dish soap you have, and then rub your fingers along the neck of the metal on the faucet, and then finish by rinsing off your hands, and you will not smell garlic at all. It's insanely wonderful, but it works really, really well. Okay, I'm going to go rinse these. Okay, now get my zester out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is zest one of these limes right into our salsa. This just really brightens it up. Adds so much flavor when you do this. Most of the flavor of a lime or a lemon, a citrus fruit of any kind, is the oil in the outer skin of it. And you're going to pick up so much flavor from that. Just be careful not to go too far down into the white because that is bitter. You just want the skin part of it. And once we're done zesting this, then we're going to cut it and we're going to squeeze the lime juice in. But as you can see, my bowl is filling up. Okay, there. Now let's cut this lime. And I do have a juicer. And if you do, you can use it. If you don't, just use it the old-fashioned way. Squeeze it with your hands. Go. So we're probably going to get about maybe 3 tablespoons of juice out of the lime, which is perfect for a small serving. But if you're going to make a bigger serving than that, you're going to need the juice of 2 limes. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a juicy one. So that came out really good. All right. Now we're going to give this just a little shot of salt. I'd say about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I just do it with love, you know. You know how much salt you like. Now I did forget, there is one more ingredient we add to it. And the only reason is to cut down on the acidity. Just a little bit. So I'm going to use about a tablespoon of sugar. And that just cuts the acid down enough so where it's not going to tear your stomach up. There we go. And now we're going to put just a little tiny bit of sriracha. So probably about 1/2 teaspoon of sriracha. You can make it as spicy as you want to. This is taking the place, like I said, of jalapenos. If you have a jalapeno or you really want that in there, go get you one. chop that up, put as many seeds in as you want to, and that'll make it really good as well. But I just don't have any, and I'm sorry, I don't feel like going to the store. So we're not going to worry about that. There we go. Now, as you know, or as you might know, with salsas, the longer you give it to marinate in the refrigerator, the better it tastes. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to cover this, put it in the refrigerator, and then take it out just before we're going to serve our food, and we'll add that to our dish. Give it a taste. I know you want to. We're just going to taste a little bit out of the bowl. This is our taste. Oh man, that's good. Just the right amount of heat. This is going to be delicious with our chicken. Now this mango salsa recipe that I just shared with you, super easy. Anybody can do it, I promise you. And it's going to come out delicious. This is one without tomatoes. And I appreciate it without tomatoes. I like with tomatoes, but I prefer mango salsa without. If you guys are enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know how you guys are peeling and chopping up those mangoes, because I sure could use a few tips on it. I am going to go ahead and go with this for now, and then we will be back and we're going to put together our baked chicken and our cilantro lime rice. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.